I'm listening to too much rap music. I had to get back to this. Jamaica independence.
I hear you, man.
I had to get back to this.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was
I was
yesterday.
in Brixton yesterday and everyone was wearing. I was confused, but I bought a patty.
You what? You
I
what?
bought
You bought a pat? Is it?
To fit in. I just wanted everyone to notice me. So I bought a patty.
It must have been Independence Day or something because everyone was
Yeah.
wearing jerseys and it was like a Wednesday.
Right.
I assumed it was the actual day. So then I went to this Jamaican spot because it was busy, bought a patty and it was good.
Thank you for your contributions to our country.
My 250 is the least I can do.
Yeah, 250 is
Chucks.
a little expensive for a patty these days.
Can we
but
call
I
it
said
something
that.
else?
Hmm?
Can we call it something else?
What?
Because we're not independent.
Oh yeah, of course. You're
We're
right.
not Jesus Christ. He's independent. 100%.
Decolonization.
Yeah, decolonization.
Nah,
Kinda.
we're still colonized.
It's still yeah. There's still a grip on there somewhere.
Can we call it Freedom Street?
Freedom Street. Well, on the road.
On the
road
fam.
to it.
The road to Freedom Street. That same road that they drove on the other side.
That is fitting though.
Come on, fam.
Yeah, man.
Because we're not quite there yet,
Yeah.
but it looks like some of us are
I like
deciding
that,
to
you know.
take that
I
path.
like that. I like that. Not the independence.
Yeah.
Freedom Street.
Yeah, because when I
Happy
go to
Freedom Street.
Happy Freedom Street, man. I still go to Jamaica and see the Chinese flag on the buses. It doesn't feel independent to me.
Yeah. Still got to make some more investments into the country and all them type of. You know, I'm actually working on getting the passport, by the way. You know, I'm getting it.
Do you know what? Yeah, Chuckie, I'll just keep chatting. I need to go and do it.
I'm
just
gonna
full
do.
of chattings.
I'm literally in the process.
So,
right
do you know
now.
what I want to do is after this, because I had the process, I had everything. There was one time, yeah, it was last year. You can go down to the embassy and get it on a day,
Quick.
and we just didn't.
Fast.
We were here, and we were here.
Is it?
We were here on the pod, and we just
Right.
did. So anyway, I want to.
Don't worry, I'm gonna walk in here one day soon with it. You're gonna see.
So we're gonna chat afterwards
I'm
and just
telling you.
pattern the thing because I wanna learn.
You know what? I don't have much time enough, and I've got to leave.
What time?
Soonish.
Like half an hour.
By 2. Okay. But what was I gonna say? Mad quick. Can we go outside next week?
If you want.
Let's go outside next week. I think the
Oh, cause the live show will be over. Everyone live show. Make sure you get your tickets.
yeah,
The
you
live
want
show
to
has
get
been
out of the
a
way.
headache, bro. Like as much as I love it, the amount of things you got to plan, do as well as doing other shows and
yeah.
leg injury. If you
Yeah,
don't know.
where is it on? It's on the 13th,
Wednesday,
isn't
the
it?
Wednesday, the 13th. Come on,
13th.
Hackney
All right,
Empire,
yeah. So
fly
yeah,
down
tickets
there.
available still.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm rolling. I'm going.
We're all
No, I'm
on
gonna
this.
buy a
You're all on
ticket
this.
actually.
Why, man?
Nah, man, let me do that. I like to do that. I like see where I like getting my discounts. It's
Yeah.
from big corporations.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
when it's
that.
the man them. Here's my thing. Here's
Go
my
to.
only thing.
But you need to walk straight in though.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's my only thing.
You can get the
I'll
ticket.
buy a ticket, but I just want to walk in.
Because you might as well get the ticket and buy a ticket and get someone else. Because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
on a separate pattern. You walk through the back. We treat you nice.
Yeah,
Pause.
I like doing that.
You get me?
I'll buy a ticket, but I just need a smooth entrance.
No, we're nice in you, bro. We
I
want
don't
you
want
to
to be
DJ
outside for ages.
No.
Wouldn't even mind a back door pause if that's the. You know what I'm saying?
That's available.
Yeah, man.
Pause.
All right then.
Come on.
Yeah, I'll be over there.
Can't just be walking through the back door. It's just
My
crazy.
G. Snow lose week, but what are we saying about the? What are you saying?
What?
We're gonna do the comments today. So
Yeah,
wait,
that's a
I'll tell you
nice
what we do. Yeah, can we do this for just one episode? Yeah, because we don't do this. You know them corny. I shouldn't say that. Let me rephrase
But that's how you
that.
felt. That's the thing.
No, you know the YouTubers like what do they usually put it like? We're reading the comments
Responding
today.
to-
Yeah. And can we have like on the thumbnail like the same type of like?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Can we do that?
And I'll have straight face because you know. I like that though. I like that though.
Yeah, man, just a one-off.
I like
One
that.
off. By the way, also honourable shout out to all those on the Spotify
Okay.
that are listening because you can leave comments on that as well.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
comments over the spot spot?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they're over there.
Come
they're over
on,
there.
man. Comment up, man. I like interaction.
Yeah,
And-
you do, innit?
I love interaction. I love speaking, community. Come on, man. Tell me
Mm.
your opinion. And then I can tell you you're not qualified. And then I never have to hear
Yeah,
it again.
yeah.
So let's just do that.
I hear it still.
But Chuckie, do you know what spurred us to even have this as a... Because there wasn't much... I remember you texting saying there's not much conversation. But
Yeah.
Chuckie, did you read the comments from last week?
I didn't know.
Come on, fam.
Well, what was it? What was
Chelsea
going on?
blew my mind.
Well, on the YouTube, I didn't see
On
the
the
comments from them. I saw some on Spotify.
On the you.
What did we talk? Oh, we talked about fatherhood and absent. And by the way, just super quick. You know what the internet's saying? I'm not saying we're saying this.
Yeah.
The internet is saying that the internet bullied Mo into being a dad.
100% the internet is saying that. 100%. And do you know what? Yeah, this is where. Now, do you know what? No, Chuckie, we got to do this now.
Go on.
And this is not to offend anyone.
Go on.
But at times of war, sometimes you must wear the vest.
Strong.
Now, I came out to defend the man then because the limited information that we had led me to believe that we should get more information and then we can make a decision.
Right then.
Chuckie, 7 days later, Craig David style, we have more information.
There we go.
We have a video of him and his son and a Drake song playing.
Right then. Fitting.
And trust me, you lot, I say this with love. It stinks.
Hey, do you know what the internet was saying as well? Man. They were saying that the internet was responding like that. You didn't even know it was his pops. He was just vibesing. That's
but you know
crazy.
what?
But you know what? Hey, Mo, we're just bantering.
But that's the problem.
It's the internet.
I don't think he thinks this stuff is funny right now.
Absolutely not.
This ain't funny for him right now. And you can tell by the tone. I love just watching people. I care more about people's career than I think they care about their career themselves. So when they make that left turn, because I'm so invested, I see it before you. So the moment it's stand up, joke, I love that, to serious convo, I'm like, big man, why are we getting so serious for? You're a stand-up comedian. Even when, like, Dave Chappelle does serious stuff, it's still funny. I want to laugh. That's the reasons why you're in my life.
Yeah.
The moment I'm not laughing for a while, yeah, I understand where I'm coming from.
He might actually find it funny, though. Because the thing is, though, is that in that situation there, you've had somebody that's come out and said what she said, and then obviously he's done what he's done, but he will have a side of the story too.
100.
Do you know what I mean? And his side of the story actually might be quite funny. And this is what I want. This is what I would actually like him to do at some point, is now turn that into a part of the stand-up and tell your side.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Like a rapper.
Yeah. Make a thing of it, like a big section from the beginning to now.
Just imagine for argument's sake, because this is how much of a psychopath I would. I would build the narrative to Kate making me look like a bad dad.
Yes.
I would add to it.
Yeah.
Because if I have all the proof to know that I'm not, my next stand-up is Whatless Father. And it's a whole stand-up on how I'm not.
Yeah.
And now, I've sold out, made a little more money for the picnic them, and I'm just carrying on from what I was doing anyway.
No, you mean what you would lean into it, so being like, I am a Whatless father. Until you get to the end.
But then you would call it Whatless Father, but the whole stand-up would be about how you're a great father.
Oh, yeah. All right, fair.
See, if we're going to play that game, let's play it.
Yeah.
And then right at the end, not only do I have documentation of being with this picnic for so long that you can see different stages of his life, convos, financial contributions. He calls me Papa.
Use the big screen at the back.
Use the big screen at the back.
Screen.
Just do what? All you got to do is promise me you don't do one thing.
Go on.
Play that fucking Drake song.
Oh, yeah. I know. But you know, I think this would be a nice pivot, because every time I've seen Mo, usually he kind of obviously tells stories about parents and this, that, and kind of does the stereotype thing or whatever else, yeah. But you know what? Now would be a good time to pivot into just one long story. Kevin Hart's done that really well before in the past, where he's
Jimmy Carter with the tax stuff.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it, but it's like literally just the start of it. Essentially, is we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? Because there will be so many different parts in there where you can land a bag of jokes, and also you can drop a gem in there, and people will get to know how you feel and think, and it kind of brings a little closeness as well, because there'll be an element of vulnerability in there where it's not so funny, but then you just hit them with a joke again.
Now, Chuckie, this is where
that's the skill.
This is where I'm with you, Chuckie. Now let's have an open conversation.
Go on.
It wasn't really closed before, but let's open it some more.
Strongly.
Chuckie, I feel the product of Mo the comedian for the immediate present wasn't something that I found or I was excited by. It wasn't something exciting.
Ever?
No. And the immediate present.
Oh, in the immediate present. Okay,
obviously, when it first started and all of that exciting.
Yeah,
it's not. Now, we have the opportunity to take this real life situation, because as much as he has to understand, nobody cares. It's the character.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. It's the character that they're caring about. So
Yeah.
if this is a film,
Yeah.
and right now in the film,
Yeah.
45 minutes in,
Yeah.
it's looking bad. What's the fairy tale ending? You can create it. This is all in your control. You just got to figure out if the story is false, what is the execution to show people in such a charismatic way that it becomes a point in his career where people go, that's where he found the source again.
100%.
You can rejuvenate your career. If you look at it as a negative, you get you down. You're playing Drake, faded after this emotionless thing. I just think it just gets worse.
But here's the thing. Even if it's true, you're flawed. Let's tell some jokes about how flawed you are.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, obviously, I'm
because
not
at
the biggest
some
fan,
point,
but-
at some point, I would like to believe, especially knowing him a certain type of way, that at some point, let's just say what she's saying is true. At some point, he's going to do the right thing, whatever that right thing is. So you know what? Lean into it. Talk about your mistakes. There's jokes in the mistake.
Oh yeah.
That's what's funny.
Yes.
Like the thing that's funny all the time isn't the thing that's always right and good. The thing that is funny is sometimes that is a bit rough and a bit bad. You know, some of the best comedians tell some of the darkest jokes. Let's do that.
What people don't realize is our whole culture is built off showcasing the things that you think we should be ashamed of.
Right then.
What, my brethren went prison? I rate that. Free him. That's what our culture is built off. It's built off negativity to a certain extent and flipping it. It's just that when you get to that space where even the homeless man in the Hollywood film has better teeth than me, that's when you feel the need to just comply.
Yeah.
I'm saying, big man, look at the comments we got on the last video. I'm still not gonna comply. We're just gonna, you know?
What have we got here, Ian?
It's crazy over there. It is treacherous. It is. One person left a Bible scripture. I almost jumped over the sofa and then I realized I was sitting on the floor. This is mad. Look at it.
Oh my God!
I sent it in the text
This
group.
is
And
insane.
it's crazy on the mains. He done it on the main road.
There's paragraphs.
Paragraphs, Chucky.
Wait a minute. This
There's
is actually scriptures.
Scriptures, Chucky. He done it whilst pushing a pram on the main road, waiting to get a bus to just go to his yard.
No way.
Wait, no.
This is crazy, bro.
Crazy,
I
my
think
brother.
It's a girl, though.
It's a girl. It's a girl. This is. I've never seen anything like this.
Now, before we get there, there's some other ones that we can divulge into, and we can save this one till last because this right here, this needs an episode by
Did
itself.
you read it?
Chucky me.
You didn't read that.
1 second, lads.
EA, did you read that from before when you saw it?
No.
1 second, lads. Sorry, gorgeous. I'm just filming. Oh, what one?
Look at this. I'm seeing Allah in there to her ass.
Hello, gorgeous. You alright?
In lowercase, it's bonkers. That's a big. That's blasphemy.
I don't like
That's blasphemy.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, let me phone you back after the pod. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, this one's bonkers, bro. They've even put
No, he even stopped rapping. This might be something else.
Isaiah chapter 46, verse 9 to 10. King James version.
The King James version.
See, let you know, James is involved. LeBron, I'm rating it. I'm rating it. Rating it. I rate people that are so invested. I rate
would've been
passion.
yeah, definitely.
I
I did hear
rate
that.
all of this. Tell me how you feel.
Yeah, we need more Bible scriptures.
Come
Why
on,
not?
man. But there's some other ones
That's
that are a little
difficult,
bit
though,
more
'cause-
brief, though.
There's a couple ones. There's a few that are rude.
I sent some into the text group to make it easier for you, but obviously you've neglected that purely because.
What's this one? Then?
Oh, I haven't neglected it.
What? Wait, just get to one, bro.
Bro, do you want me to get to poets or do you want me to just go to one?
Just go to one. Read one
Alright,
out.
Cool. One says,
It would have been nice if you know.
you gave me like half an hour, bro.
I did.
Well, you can get to his text message in just a moment. But
Alright. Do mums get to disappear for a few years? No, they get shamed for being single mums. Can't win. Someone put you in a
wait, hold on, wait. Go on, say that again.
Someone put you in a position to be a dad. No, he put himself in that position. What agreement? It takes two.
It takes
Do mums get to disappear?
baby.
Start that again.
So he's talking about in reference to the situation with Mo the comedian and obviously this apparent alleged I don't look after my son, I just come back whenever I want to.
Well-
She's saying, well, the mum, she doesn't get that choice. Why should the father?
I disagree.
Talk to them, Chucky, in the blue.
there are many of times and many examples and this isn't always a bad thing, by the way, because sometimes for some people it's necessary. It depends on the context, yeah. But there are many times where a person has a baby and it's that you is straight with the grandmother.
Oh yeah, better, especially in our families.
Yeah,
Jamaican families.
But there are positive examples of that. So, like for example, sometimes for some people they may have had a child quite young, yeah, and depending on the environment and the circumstances that they're in, hustling needs to get straight back to it. Yeah. So the grandmother will raise the child, and there's loads of different examples of that where your parents was around, but you had almost like a really strong bond with your grandparents because you're always there. And maybe sometimes, even in my case, when I was a bit younger, when I used to go to my grandmother's, it actually wasn't just me. There was like, my grandmother's house was almost like a sanctuary. So all my cousins would always just pop in there. There was always something going on. The door was just open. But though, there are a good few examples that I know for a fact where someone's had a child and said, yo, mother, take care of this. I'm outside. I'm away.
Oh, I know bear man like that. And I don't rate them. I know bear man like that. Do you know what I was saying though, Chucks?
Yeah.
I don't like speaking about the situation when we're here. Because someone else planned it.
Yeah.
So, my thing is this. You're talking about stage 4. I was speaking about stage 1. Don't indulge yourself with a practice with somebody that you do not trust to take on the responsibility of being a parent.
Fact.
Because the world is in disarray, and I wouldn't have a party that was kind of good and go, let me just potentially invite another kind of good person in there. No, we want to make sure that the next person we invite into the party is sensational to lift the vibrations. And do I believe that 2 people that don't necessarily get on day to day have the capacity to raise a child and bring them in the world? No, I don't. So I'm saying not only is the father at fault, but the mother's at fault.
Strongly.
So both stop pointing the finger, Michael Jackson thing, start with the man in the mirror, and then move forward from there.
Right.
All of this, the father should have, the big man, darling, you open your legs as well, you know. You held it for 9 months. You listen to this man. You entertain this man. Same way I say to the guy, you're at Egypt. You listen to this girl. You entertain this girl. But guess what? Yeah. The Pickney's there now.
Right then.
So just tell the Pickney what you did wrong. Let life tell them what the father did wrong.
Yeah.
Let life tell them what the mother did wrong. What happened to these people?
And
So
hopefully-
talking about this, you get
What else we got here?
Honestly, especially poet,
yes.
you're always talking about accountability, but I feel you both fell short on having an open conversation without bias. Hold people accountable whether you know them or not. Women already have a hard time coming out when they've experienced trauma. Instead of talking about clout, which I feel are a minority of people that do that, why don't we have a constitution about safety for both parties and how to conduct ourselves? Disappointing app.
I thought Poet kind of did get into that when we had that. I felt that was a part of the conversation. Maybe not a huge part, but in that moment when we was talking about that, I do feel like we did touch on it.
Is she speaking about, what situation is she speaking about? To be fair, either of them, she's wrong. So I'm disappointed that she took the time out of her day to type up this message, send it to me to believe that she would change my mind. No.
Well, I
didn't say anything wrong.
But
I watched it back 4 times. I was like, do you know what, Paul? Bloody hell, mate. You was actually...
Do we lean into...
Are you even you?
Do we lean subconsciously into our biases a lot, though?
So this is where I say... Listen, people, I'm afraid you can't watch this and have a perspective of what you want. This has been delivered for 11 years in a particular way. So now your perspective means nothing. You have to take a look at the product, see what it's delivering, and if that's what it delivers, that's where you stay. If you don't like it, big man, you're on YouTube. You just got to go to a little bar on your right-hand side and click something else. But since we're here, let's have this honest conversation. In regards to this and last week, and I've watched it 4 times, we said these are our people. We've said it. Yeah. So if we never put that information out and then we gave information, then I say from a certain extent we could be misleading the audience. From the jump, we've told you we know these people.
Right.
Then following on the information, we just didn't even really give any to anyone. We just said, this is the information we have. With this information, this is the only conclusion we can come to. We didn't lean into anything.
No.
We didn't say it's more this or more that. We just said, yo.
And also... which I mentioned on the pod, and I think this is important that everyone knows this, yeah, is that we may, or I may, bring up a certain situation that's happened, but the aim is always to take the conversation and open it up and talk about the wider conversation, as opposed to just talking about the two people in question or the person in question.
Yeah.
So that's where the conversation will start.
Yeah.
But then after a period, what's the conversation? And let's do that. So I know sometimes people probably want us to lean more into like, you know, battering and whoever else and whatnot. But sometimes it's not really always about that. But yeah, anyway, I saw it got sometimes. EA, what you got?
The next comment.
Yeah.
Chuckie and Poet, I beg you look at these comments. Your pod has fallen off. You talk about irrelevant topics and trying to be like Drake, acting like a bunch of teenagers when you're 40 plus years
Oh
old.
my God.
Your pod ain't been hitting for a while because you two don't want to upset your industry contacts. Chuckie should do an episode on his height to make.
Oh my word.
things lit.
What's this? What,
Have they
what
got
is
a
this
picture?
about?
Have they got a picture there?
Of course they don't.
Of course they don't. They're
Of
called
course they don't.
Unknown G88.
Unknown G.
I would say play this song for them, potentially.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah,
Loud.
quickly.
Cut. You gotta learn the cut. You see, there's a place where it cuts abruptly and he's just left with a harsh word, and then the consumer goes, oh my God, when you keep going, we're losing the impact. So it's not about being a DJ, it's about reading the room. Every room has lines, big man.
I was enjoying this one.
And timing.
And timing. See that? And timing. No, honestly, what's his point?
I don't know. I'm gonna reload this because I'm sure there's gonna be a couple more ones there. Go on.
I don't have a response to that really. I just think
I don't know
they're
what's
just-
going on.
They're just using their thumbs.
I think also sometimes there is a that sort of what I said previously. They want to see what they want to see, and when they don't see it, they just get angry. They haven't even taken into consideration why they haven't seen that.
That's true.
They just angry, and for those people, that's a PP. Where I'm from, a PP is a personal problem. I'll leave you to deal with it.
Did you want to go to the ones that Poe has highlighted?
Nah, do you know what? They're all pretty. I don't think it's too dissimilar. I love abuse, you know me. I love abuse. I love it.
Is that one there? Oh, no, that's a different one.
Okay, this was a waste of an episode. Too much of an echo chamber. You needed someone that's objective, not two people who are trying to appease their industry contacts. 73 people agreed.
Really? So wait, I'm curious. Like, what did they think? Who did they think we was trying to protect? Mo. What? How many different things did we talk about? We talked about Mo.
Michael Ward and Mo.
Michael Ward. Oh yeah. So even with the Michael Ward situation, what is there? That's the thing, yeah. See, here's the thing. Michael Ward has he been charged or accused? He's been charged.
He's
yeah.
been charged.
So essentially, they want us to basically say how guilty he is.
Correct.
Right. And because obviously I'm at that stage in my life where we don't have no information, it's difficult to sit here and say how guilty somebody is based upon absolutely no information. It's mad because I can't do that. I feel like it's too dangerous to do that.
The example would be like the Diddy situation, whereby like he was obviously charged with a lot of things, and at the end of it, he only got found guilty for
2 accounts out of 7.
2 out of 7.
And
Yeah.
EA Sports,
And
we
the
here
two-
said that. We said it here.
Yeah, and the two that he got found guilty of were the least serious ones, right?
Yeah.
Than the other 5. So
Yeah.
I think it's a very difficult thing. I mean, I think it's good that it was spoken about.
But here's the thing, yeah. Here's the difference in that situation where, for example, you could heavily criticize Diddy because there was a videotape of him doing something so mad, And even though it wasn't really a strong part of that case, you still have a reference in the way that he treated a woman. So it's like, in that case, if we're having a conversation about domestic violence, you can really hold him accountable because of that. This is unfortunate too, though, because the thing that is unfortunate is that sometimes some people go through domestic violence and they don't have no tape. They don't have a thing that they can show the world that this is how somebody treated them. So then when you hear and see people talking highly of a person, when you know behind the scenes they've been doing X, Y, and Z, I can see how disappointing and frustrating that can be. But what can I do?
But Chuckie, we've always tried to speak from a place of progression. So try and get the problem solved. So therefore, there's just a particular way we got to do this pod.
Right.
Like, we don't have the privilege that some people may have at home. They have to understand they have a different privilege to us. They're more ignorant to some of the people that we're speaking about. They're ignorant to our job and our working capacity. They actually, in their everyday life, can say, fuck that guy, F that guy, and there are no repercussions for it day to day.
Right.
So realistically, their thinking strategy is different to our thinking strategy. That also needs to be understood. They also cannot think to a place of, yo, we need to solve this. They don't have to think about solving it. They've got their own everyday problems. And guess what, big man? I don't blame you. Solve those. Whereas people like myself and you, we're there. We could potentially start something that could solve some of these equations. Not all of them, whether I'm not talking about the legal ones with like a Michael Ward, but if there's sort of like conversations between two people that we know and information that we have here could potentially bring them people closer together to get rid of that disarray, why would we not do it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why we wouldn't do it. Why would we then, with that opportunity, feed into the let's just come here and just bash everyone with limited information?
100%.
It doesn't make sense.
100%. And also, that's why I said, when we was here last week with the Michael Ward thing, because there was limited information on that, my thing was, what's the wider conversation? Like, is there a wider conversation? And then I asked the gang, I said, yo, if there's a wider conversation, throw it in the comments and we'll have that. But right now, there's just been a charge. Don't know. I know Michael, but I don't know what he's like in certain situations. I can't speak to that.
There's another comment. There's some other comments that are nice anyway. Let's just not make it seem like it's all negative. There are some beautiful comments. Read through some beautiful ones and a different vibe.
So to bounce back to what you said about let's have a conversation. Is there a wider conversation?
Go for it.
So it says, as for the wider question regarding Michael Ward's situation, my question here, would it be too much to ask for men in these types of positions to apply discernment with who they lay down with? I don't know the ins and outs of the Ward situation, so this is my general take. Is it every nunny they need to entertain? Will they expire if they don't partake? Don't they realise as black men, even in such a position, that the fall from grace will be mightier than most? So just to take time, poet summarised it well from 1 hour and 23 minutes.
Come on, man.
Right.
Of course I did. Everyone at the point. See you, I love you. These lot try to do the little narrative thing, but you get me. All right. EA Sports tries to do that.
Here's my thing. In knowing certain people that have high levels of notoriety, in fact, quite a lot of them do implement a certain level of discernment when it comes to that. When you think about the amount of Panaan bread that they could actually have compared to what they're actually really doing, it's actually not really that mad. So I think the perception sometimes of it is seen as though sometimes these guys are just going out and they're just being completely reckless, which isn't always the case. But also the reality is that sometimes in that, even if you're not being reckless, you can just go out and meet one person, have an encounter with them, and you don't even really know that person, and that can just turn it into a whole big thing. And so that whole big thing now can create this whole perception that this person is living in such a mad, weird and reckless place. But I do think, like when you think of how difficult it is to get to a certain space and how easy it is to get taken away from you, that should always be in the forefront of your mind if you are going to have an encounter with somebody that is going to be a super quick thing. But you can't always know how somebody is gonna react, even when you are spending a bit of time with them.
You, man.
Because you know what? How many times have you met somebody and been in a situation for a decent period of time, and then in a year and a half's time, things just change. This is one of the reasons why I'm so fascinated by the courtroom. Everyone knows I watch hours of cross-examinations. Sometimes, when I'm following some of these court cases, the thing that is interesting to me is that when it gets mad, where we've got to the court stage here, in my head, I'm saying to myself, sometimes, not all of the time, they were having a vibes.
Yeah.
These were having a good time. So how the hell did we get from that to this?
Yeah.
Do you get me? Because sometimes these people do not know that this person is going to switch up in such a way.
100%.
So I think it's a lot more easier said than done. Do you know what I mean?
I think one big problem as well is cultural differences.
Right.
So with cultural differences, I'll give you an example. I could bring one of my brethren to a local yard party somewhere in Enfield, maybe in a warehouse. And when I say we gotta go at 4:00 and you're seeing the vibe, you're probably thinking, Paul, but why? An hour later, when you look on your social media, you saw the thing got shut up and bare things. You'll understand. Cause I'm from that, I know the temperature, I know the, let's get out.
Go on.
Now, I'm not using that as a way to say there's justification for doing this madness. But if we take a look at it in two different ways. One way is he's done the mad thing. If he's done the mad thing, there is no
crazy.
explanation.
No,
it's
crazy.
just crazy. We stay away from it. My brother, love, peace, guidance. I wish everybody the best in life. But big man, I got to stay away from situations like that. The other thing is cultural differences. And cultural differences are like in a situation where there's bare different people from bare different walks of life all in one room because they have money. To me, that sounds like problems. Absolute problems. So you've got what? People that have grown up in a Jamaican perspective, then you've got people from like Dorchester, proper English, then you got Asian people, you got all of these people that have made journeys, have a little bit of an ego, a sense of arrogance, have an element of class, have wealth, and they're in one room, and the only thing they have in common is their bank accounts. I just think that breeds problems. So I've always said, within this working space, you have to have a gradual journey, irrespective of where your objective position looks. So if everyone says you're famous, but I don't know, last year you was living in a council flat, big man, don't listen to everybody. Your mentality is still of the boy that lived in a council flat. Have a gradual journey to this madness.
Yeah.
Stay with your family, stay humble, stay calm, keep being built as a young man, because the biggest problem is some of these guys are 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, just thrust in a room with big people. What are you doing there? Honestly, the world of being famous is the only world to me that will never make sense. If I go to school and I see a 15-year-old with other 15-year-olds in class, that makes sense. The moment you're famous, the 15-year-old could just be with a 30-year-old and everyone's calm with it. And this is not normal. This is weird. So when weird things happen, to me, makes perfect sense. So black people, stay humble, stay calm, and stay in the hood, man.
Strongly.
You know the dangers.
Right then. So here's the thing as well. We can't always attach discernment to fame too. If we are having a conversation about, and if let's say a section of the wider conversation may be about the way that young men treat women or girls, then it's just a conversation that you just have anyway.
Yeah, that's why I said if it's that, it's that. I have nothing
This
to
isn't
do
even
with
off the back of what you're saying. I'm just going off of
sorry.
this because of what that person had just mentioned. I'm like, you know, you can go to Notting Hill Carnival, for example, and there'll be a bag of girls that will tell you that when they're walking down there, man are slapping their ass, dragging them here, they're picking them up, walking around. So there's always a conversation to be had in what... Because do you know what it is? I think that sometimes when certain people are doing these things, as mad as it is, they're probably not in their head thinking that it's... They're just holding the vibes.
But you know why? Because if you
Which
go
is
to
our
Atlanta,
issue.
I've gone to Atlanta, and I've been at Atlanta, and I've gone to this little party thing, and this gal backing it up and going mad, and I'm saying, big man, I don't know what's going. Yo, it's mad. My gal might be watching. And she wants her ass slapped. Now, if that's the environment you've lived in for 23 years, 24 years, and then you move England and you're in something similar, and you respond the same, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying you should be excused but I'm saying, do I understand why your mind frame went straight to that? 100%. If you was in the environment where your culture all understood, there would be no issue. But when you mix all these cultures and all of these different journeys of life, and you've got someone saying, no, it's not a problem where I'm from, and we're going, no, it's not a problem where I'm from. Big man, it's a problem.
I hear you. My only rebuttal to that is that in many different cultures around the world, there's a whole bunch of maybe what we would deem as really inappropriate things that happen over there. And there are less conversations had about how people should move within that. Do you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I guess as well, even to your point, people that come from some of those cultures might come here and be in the mix and do X, Y, and Z and start responding, so thinking that it's just normal and cool. But the world is in a bad place when it comes to certain things. Mm-hmm. And I think as well, the difficulty that we have in maneuvering it is the thing that I talked about a couple of years ago. What is right and what is wrong?
Yeah.
Because depending on where you go will determine what is deemed as right and what is wrong. And you can go somewhere else in the world and it's a completely different thing. So now with the world being small, we're looking at the way that certain people are moving and this, that, and the fourth and whatever. There's just a lot of things that are being mixed up. But I don't know. I go to certain places, even in Jamaica, for example. I go to certain, like, I'll be in Jamaica and there's certain things happening or whatever. And I'm like,
this ain't right, my chargy. This
we gotta move on. We gotta move on from this.
100%.
We gotta move on from this now.
Don't you think it's like a bit of ignorance and arrogance both mixed in? Because it's like you have to adjust to where you go. You can't just think that because this works where I'm from, that this is what works where I'm going. Like, you have to research, you have to know.
But no, you don't. That's what you're done.
For example, bro, if you I don't know, it's legal to smoke weed in Colorado, yeah? Yeah. Bro, if you're from Colorado and it's legal for you to smoke weed there, and then you go to the United Arab Emirates, and in your head you're like, bro, if I can smoke here, I can smoke there. 10 years in pen, bro.
So what that's what.
You have to adjust.
No, you don't. That's what I'm trying to let you understand. All right, calm, chill out. You look really cute. Chill out. You don't have to do anything. All you have to know is the consequences of your actions. Once you understand the consequences of your actions, if you still want to do it for your business, because loads of people day to day break the law, but a crime's only a crime if it's been recorded. So I'm saying there's loads of things we know, but we don't activate it. And there's loads of things we do know, and we do activate it because we're willing to deal with the consequences. So I hear you to an extent. You should come over here, you should conform. But I reckon somewhere in Middlesbrough, there is a 60-year-old white man that is still racist, wants me out his country, and he's not going to conform. And what I'm saying to you is, if the one thing that can get me and him in the same environment is finance, that lets me know that finance shouldn't dictate my movement too much, unless it's work that we're doing. And I said, if we're going back to this world, the only way Michael Ward and all of these people can be in an environment sugar-coated by money, looking like it's calm, it's just because of finance and notoriety. And I'm saying, within this job, we need to move away from those types of things, because that breeds problems. 18-year-olds in environments with adults, I don't think is good like that. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Completely agree with you, but you said something which was, if you know the consequences of your actions and you accept that the consequences are what they are, and you continue, then cool, that's your business.
Yeah, get with whatever happens. Good on you. You knew what was getting yourself into.
But the problem is that people are not researching what the consequences of their actions could be. So they're doing things not knowing that the consequence of that is Chuckie's gonna punch you up.
100%.
Chuckie's gonna punch you up for touching that girl inappropriately right in front of him.
100%.
That's not right. Or you're gonna get nicked, or you're gonna hold prison, or you're gonna go to wherever it is that's gonna happen. You don't know what the consequence, because you think that that's normal. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I'm saying the ignorance and the arrogance is that part of not knowing.
I agree with that part.
Not
fully agree. It's ignorance and arrogance. Fully agree.
About the consequence of your actions.
Is there a way to have these type of delicate conversations? Sometimes they're not even that delicate. More based on not it being the consequence of the action, but just the fact that the action is just mad. Not that if you do that you're going to be punished. That if you do that, it's not ethical. It's not a morally right thing to do. Like, because it has to. And that's what, do you know what? You said something one time, yeah? I can't remember what the debate was. Yeah. It was something along the lines of, when we was talking about knife crime and everyone. Like there was something that had happened at the time, and I remember you saying, "It's not," because I was like, oh, I feel like it's too late. I was being a bit too emotional, yeah. And you was like, "It's not. You just got to start with the really young kids." Then.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Start with them. If you can educate them, then you can save them more so. So maybe those type of conversations need to be had a lot more heavily towards them, but also understanding that, like, and hoping that contributes to changing the village that they're in.
Yeah.
Because even when you're educating them on certain things, when you go out on the village is obviously going to teach you a different thing, which is how we end up doing road and doing X, Y, and Z.
That's why I'm trying to speak from a place of caution, because I already know we are creatures of habit, and our habits are created by our environment. They have direct correlations. So I could tell you whatever I want, but if you have to go back to your environment and still hold that knife, why are you going to listen to me? So I have to change your environment so you can change your habits and you can be a different person. That's far too much time. I got picnic, I got things doing. So I'd rather just tell you, nobody go there. That's just not for you. See that yard party that you want to go to because Vibes Cartel's free now and you like it? Sorry, Stacey, nobody go there. Because the consequences of going there, I don't think you can deal with. So just don't do it. I can't bother to tell someone, change your whole perspective at this point, because do you know what? You're probably not going to listen. But like Chuckie said, with the younger demographic, they're still in that space where they're understanding life. So you can tell them, yo, don't do that because this. Once a man does it 3-4 times and gets away with it, brother, I don't know how I convince them brothers.
But even that stuff is like, you can tell somebody something. Like you said, if you go back to the village and men are objectifying women and saying like wolf whistling or beeping when they're driving past or whatever it may be, like that just becomes a normalized thing
100.
for the young G. So it's like, it's as much as there is an
No, it doesn't
aspect,
though. Don't do that.
No. I know what you're gonna say. As much as there is an education aspect, there has to be like if you're saying that it's too late, it's not too late. It's like,
I don't necessarily say it was too late.
No, but you lead by example. I lead by example. We move in a respectful manner. We tell the young G's how they're supposed to move, and then we act as an example. Like, and then when there are examples of people getting caught, it's like, yeah, cool. Like, this is what happens when you move in this manner. So don't.
But then, do you know? I don't know. My thing is this: there's a reality and there's an ideal. And I stay in the reality. I'm fully aware of the ideal. I want us to all just be getting along. But there's a reality, bro. And I'm not going to talk about maybe staying away from the Michael Ward thing, because I just think in most realities that is mad. Yeah. But then if we took it back to like the knife crime thing, it's difficult for me to say someone don't carry a knife. I know you shouldn't carry a knife, but the life that you've created for yourself now is full of fear. So what am I going to tell you to do as an alternative?
Sometimes they didn't create for themselves.
They've created for themselves, but they're here now. That is their reality. So I have to tell you something that makes you put down the knife. Not tell you put down the knife and stay in your circumstances. It's got to be like, all right, man's going to move you here. We're going to get you doing this, that, and the third. If you carry that, you lose all of that. So is it worth it? And then that way we can change. You can't do that for enough people because, do you understand where I'm coming from? So it's more sometimes like, just don't go there, my guy. You're just going to get yourself into problems, bro.
What's this one here?
Chuckie, there is a big conversation to have about the increase of black men, especially, who are being accused more than ever. It seems like to me, it seems like the Me Too movement is having a negative effect on men.
The Me Too movement is having a negative effect on men. So are they insinuating the fact that the empowerment of women is affecting the way that women receive a certain thing? Is that what they say?
Disagree with that.
Yeah, I can't.
I can't agree with that at all.
Who accused more than ever? It seems like the Me Too movement is having a negative effect on men.
Yeah, to me that sounds like maybe I could be wrong in saying it, but I'm just telling you the way that it seems to me. You're saying that the rising up of women saying, yo, this isn't cool, blah, 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 is now having an effect on the way that they are seeing things, which then is making them accuse men of doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. That's the way that I've interpreted that. I don't believe that to be the case. Do I believe that some people are not telling the truth? Yeah. I definitely believe that. But I don't know. I mean, we've had the wider conversation on one side. I get that, but then I guess having the wider, I don't know. I need to think about that a little bit.
There are some things we do know. If you take a look at that statement, which does look like, I believe, let me stick with the belief, because belief and knowing is two different things. I believe that to be what Chuckie said. With the rising of women empowerment, all of a sudden, men are getting accused. First of all, we should take a look at things we know. Men have been accused, irrespective of the rising of this, men have been accused of things in the past by women prior to all of this anyway. Men have been accused of things and they've been falsely accused and so on and so forth. So this situation has happened prior to the rising of this anyway. The next thing to note, which is quite obvious, is that women haven't had rights for a long period of time. So the more rights women rightfully get, we're going to start finding out all of the horrible things that happened to them when they were going through this process.
Because bare of them are going to start saying, hold on a minute, wait, 1 second.
You mean that's wrong?
Wait, that's wrong. So when I felt uncomfortable about this, I was right.
I was right. And when I couldn't tell this person and I couldn't
as we're talking about it, do you know what so-and-so did the other day?
And do you know what next man did? And yeah. Do you reckon I can wrong anybody for understanding that? I don't believe I can. I'm just like, well, this is what happens when you mistreat a group of people for a long period of time. Once they wake up to the fact that they've been mistreated and a couple of individuals go, wait a minute, we ain't standing for this no more. Then this is what's going to happen, and I'm slightly for it, to be honest with you.
I'm 100% for it. The only problem, which is a small problem, I believe, is that human beings are so fuckery that you will have situations where, you see, like when you open up something for everyone, then everyone will feel like they just want to say stuff.
Yeah.
So, for example, which was really telling, let's go to the Diddy thing, for example, yeah. They opened up a hotline. If you've ever encountered Diddy and he's done something to you, ring this number. What do you think human beings are going to do? 60,000 people ring this line talking about this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. So then sometimes now it dilutes the cause, because sometimes everyone wants to have a story to tell and they feel like they just want to be heard in something or the other. But in the rising of the empowerment, I believe this to be a much smaller issue compared to the issue in abuse.
Exactly.
Because the abuse thing is crazy.
So if we're going to get these small little stories, and the thing is, this is my biggest problem. Life is like a classroom. 30 students, 5 are bad class. These are the small minority bad stories in comparison to the probably large group of women that are being abused, that are being disrespected, that are feeling uncomfortable. There's probably a bigger portion of those than there is the odd case here and there going a little bit wrong. So I don't even see the point bringing it up, fam. Like, there's an issue, we got to resolve it.
Can I also add that if the Me Too movement is having a negative effect on men, then it's not the good men.
Yeah, if you're not that guy, you shouldn't worry.
Yeah, it's not.
If the cap fits, let him wear it.
Yeah, like
I'm wearing a cap, but don't worry.
If it's having a negative effect on the bad on those guys, then
why are you concerned?
Like, do it.
I don't get it, man. If you had to put a price on what people say, a lot of people would be quiet.
Somebody said, you reckon it's really a conspiracy? I wonder what they're talking about. In which
I think they're talking about black men being accused more than ever.
Oh, is that underneath it? Oh. Yeah, that's come up before.
Do you know, I don't have enough facts and figures to say that is true or that isn't true.
Yeah.
And I know, being a black man and being biased towards black people, I'm going to notice them stories more than anything. So I'm probably not the best person to ask, because my sense of bias is going to take me to go, yeah, it is true, when essentially it actually might not be. It's just what I've noticed. So
that's what you've seen. Yeah.
I'll just say, I don't know.
What we got here, yeah?
Right, somebody's custody. Is this? No, not this one. This one. This one is cooking you slightly.
Alright.
Chuckie, please. I don't know nothing. No. You mean I don't know anything? He didn't do nothing. No. You mean he didn't do anything? Children, even at an early infancy stage, are he or she, not it. Lastly, it is would have, not would have.
Oh my God.
It's never too late to learn, especially on a powerful platform alongside an arrogant co-host who is constantly making all topics about him and him and him. At least we got through the pod without that vernacular or community word. Love and light. P.S. Love Island. Really?
Here's
So
what
we
I'm
should
saying,
do-
yeah?
Pause before
The love and
Chuckie
light
speaks
is
anything.
the only reason why I'm not going to play the rhythm.
Watch this.
Thank you.
Nah, I'm gonna play the rhythm. Go to the picture and zoom in.
Oh my God. You're going to clout him?
What team is that?
Ross Clark.
Now, this is what he doesn't know about me.
We're not gonna do this.
Pause. This is the thing about me. I'm obsessed with looking at people. I'm obsessed with people. I love people. For the simple fact, the one thing I'm gonna have to encounter wherever I go in the world is people. So I wanna understand you niggas. And the one thing I understand about that young man in that Manchester United jersey holding their child is that when they speak and they talk to me, you speak from a place of pain. Because last season you was on page 2. So you watch me to just see when I make a mistake. And I want you to know, losing to the worst side in the Premier League last season in a cup final, so it has you in no Europe, so you go, oh my God, I'm happy that we're not in Europe. This has got nothing to do with me. I want you to listen to track 13 on I Just Listen, Music Soul Child, Previous Cats. I am not to blame for the pain that was caused by previous cats. God bless.
Well, at least he's a present dad.
I mean, it's just a picture. If I'm not going to believe what that woman said about Mo the comedian, I'm not going to believe one picture.
Is the baby his?
Ross, the gas people are phoning me. Hello?
Ross.
I avoid that.
Oh yeah, I'm not answering it.
You give me an O2.
Unfortunately,
You got to text me.
mate, can Rob come back in about
He's at
an
your
hour and a
yard.
half?
What else have we got here?
Somebody said EA equals the opposing voice of reason. I wasn't even here.
There we go.
That's irrelevant. You can get some of that.
I'm sorry about that, lads. The gas man's outside my house.
All right, go on. Give me one more.
I guess, raw. Pause, man.
Wow, pause.
In front of his cousin as well. This is all mad, fam. Can you also, the ones you're skimming past that happen to be nice, narratives are built from lack of information. Balance is always good in your account and in life. Just say the ones that are short
you
and
know
are
what this
nice,
is?
feel free to throw them in.
Here's this. This is what it is. Yeah, this is the one way. You know when you're on the timeline and you see a whole bunch of positive stuff, right? And then you see someone with a knife, and then you watch that one. Because you want to see what he's going to do with this knife.
Yeah! But the little boy that went to school to just tell you that he's doing good in life, we don't want to watch.
Yeah.
We want to
He got
watch
new
them,
school
EA.
shoes. He got new school shoes.
Read something. You start the narratives that people hate poet, but I'm on the roads, I'm outside.
Not sure what's up with these haters. Thanks, Mandem. This was a good episode.
Now that person deserves all their phone charges to work.
But are they a present dad though?
Yeah, I don't even have the information, I believe.
That's the question.
Somebody said another miss on my days. The next person said, I like this episode, not sure why the comments are so negative. Somebody said, same, I agree. I don't know why people are being negative. Haters.
Balance.
So someone's upset about the conversation as well. What's happened here?
So they said, as a long-time listener, the content coming out of this pod is extremely poor.
What's their name?
Fahima Begum.
It's not for you, I can tell by your name, but carry on.
I
doesn't feel Jamaica
I
to me.
genuinely love listening. We need to change
All right.
and to better as a pod. And I am overdone with listening to Poet. It's becoming unbearable now. We need to change up with the guest.
We're going outside.
Yeah.
Shut up, how about that? I mean, you're still going to be here. I'm not going to change anything. You might as well sling your hook, darling.
We're going outside. We're going outside. We're changing the scenery.
Chuckie, one thing I will say is I'm not reactive in it. Like these people watch something and leave a comment based upon no anything. They probably read the other comments and then make a comment.
That
I've never really
happens a
met
lot of the
someone
time.
that's even left comments anyway.
That
So I don't
happens
really
a lot
know
of the
people
time.
like this. So God bless you all either way. What I will say is as of recent, because I've really been looking at the pod, any comments like that, Chuckie, absolute bullshit. You take a look at the comment the pod actually recently from Slumflower to Very V Brown. Who else? Ambush the other day, the engagement, everything on the personal and over the pod has definitely been increased. You went outside last week. The average listener for the past, I would say 5 to 6 weeks, will definitely be happy with the changes.
Yeah.
But like most people in life, because I said I'm obsessed with people. If there are 6 types of people that watch this, and we've catered to 6 types of people, we catered to 5. I promise you, see that one person that's upset, he will make it seem like it's everybody that's upset. It's not. It's just you. And guess what? I don't care.
I've got the best example for that. It becomes harder and harder to listen to grown adults speak like 15 to 16 Gen Alphas from inner London. Yikes. Somebody went, Chuckie and Poet have always spoken like this. I don't know what you came here expecting. I'm not agreeing with this stupid comment. Black men tend to use slang. We won't be changing to please you. Because you've always spoken like this, it doesn't make it any less embarrassing as you get older. When you're their age, it becomes embarrassing. Using slang, albeit amongst different groups, I just never met a 45-year-old Nigel trying to put it on. Sounded like a 14-year-old Charlie. Go to any building site. 8-year-on, pal, grow up. It's slang. Is it slang? It's the issue, or the ideologies and concepts being propagated?
Right.
This is getting deeper. From the responses, the slang is the issue, which is ridiculous, as they've always spoken this way.
That's crazy.
I've got a clip
Do you know where
about
they're
slang
probably
as
from?
well.
Go on.
I've got a clip about slang that I done on Cream's podcast. I said that if I have the capacity to understand slang and well-spoken individuals, and you don't, you're the person that's in the problem, not me.
Yeah.
Right.
I can speak coherently if you like, or I can say, well, go on. That means I'm diverse. Right. You can only do one thing. And I know you're not black. I just know you're not black. I don't care about your problems.
Nine said it actually in one of his songs. He said you're taking a piss out of a guy's accent, but it just means he speaks another language.
Oh, wow, yeah. What tune was that?
I'll find out. I can't remember.
Nines is the greatest, man. Come on, man. He's up there. You know Nines is in the Bible?
He's what?
Huh?
Psalms, the number 9. It's in the Bible.
Oh.
I'm not. I saw it in the Bible. I'm just saying.
Asco also mentions him in his new song.
Hey, big up Asco, by the way. He's on absolute fire.
Whoa.
Absolute fire. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Asco does in the next... He must drop a project
He's
this year.
in 8 days, 7 days.
Oh, in 7 days, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe he's on Filthy. I don't know.
Maybe.
Is
Maybe.
he?
No,
Is
I
he?
said maybe.
Okay.
Maybe he's on
I believe.
Is he a football man, yeah?
What? All
He's
of
like-
Matchtown are
he's
football
Arsenal.
guys. All of them.
He's Arsenal, isn't it?
Of course not.
Who is he? Liverpool.
You know what them guys are? Glory Hunters, fam.
Liverpool.
No.
United.
He's United.
Yeah, come on,
Is
Glory
he?
Hunters.
Really?
Upset people that leave comments on Chuckie and Poet. Poet. Kaz, if you see me, you will smile and say to me, Poet, I like you. I don't know why you're doing this stuff for the net. I see all of you. You love me, man. Come on.
All right. Well, I think we should do this every period of time.
Yeah?
Yeah, give them a voice, man.
Give
Some
them
of
a voice. I like that.
I don't know when. Every 4 weeks, every 6. But we give them something.
Do you know what? We can do it.
Or
If,
maybe we could do it depending on the episode that we've done before. How about that?
I was going to say that. If there's been a mad impact and loads of people leave comments and they...
Yeah.
Then we'll go, do you know what? Since you lot are all speaking, you deserve
Let's
the
do
right
it.
to have your voice heard.
Yeah, man. That's how it go. Well, in the meantime, between time, to Simon, can you just run my rhythm for me, please?
I love Chuck.
No problem.
Yeah, just, you know. Put this one in your pipe and smoke it. Pause.
No, but you have to say something before we leave. We
What's
have
that?
to say this. The one thing that I wanted to bring, it's not a howler.
Oh, you got howlers. I forgot.
My new thing is no longer howlers.
What is it?
It's vibes online.
Strongly.
Sung the way Leon Thomas said.
Right then.
Vibes can't. All right. So vibes online might be positive, might be negative. This week it leaves you with a question.
Go on.
I've texted something to the HC. I want you to put it on screen. And I don't want to leave a comment because you know what? Even sometimes I have to appreciate, Chuckie, I'm not qualified enough to understand what's going on. So I opened this up to the public and I asked them to leave comments on Tiffany Haddish and Jason Lee having a child. We spoke earlier about bringing a child into a world of confusion. Does that add? But am I jumping to conclusions by saying that maybe this might be the perfect thing? I want the people at home who are probably more qualified to me to understand whether a gay man and a straight woman should be coming together to have a child. Leave a comment. Why not? I mean, why not to a certain extent? Leave a comment and let us know what you think, as this is Vibes Online. And sometimes I just don't care what I think. I care what you think.
I'm going to leave this one at the door for the moment.
She's African American.
What's that got to do with it?
No.
Big, I moved the mic.
Yeah. The only thing that I will say is that when I saw the picture of this, I was incredibly confused. I don't know if I've been this much confused this year. I think this is like a real high level, high frequency stage of confusion for me. But I'm just going to leave it there. That's staying right at the door. That's for the gang.
Can I say something? You can cut this out. Can I say something about this?
Go on.
You can 100% cut this out of it. But I do find with a situation like this, I think in a more progressive, I grew up in a very like progressive liberal society. So I've known people, not who have actually done this, but who have spoken about agreements where they want to do this. I think people find that in going back to the conversation about like men normalizing behavior from straight men and how a lot of women don't feel comfortable around them, I think it kind of can very minimally and like a very small number of people lead them to making decisions like this because they get along well and they're just like, oh, we're best friends, we might as well. Where I also felt very confused seeing this though, because I was thinking about and sort of how I've developed and with thinking about kids growing up, whatever. I don't know how productive or like conducive it will be for the child. You don't always need like a normal nuclear family, but I think it could end up being just add a lot of confusion to the child, and I think it's a bit sad, which is I don't know. I don't want to.
Are you religious?
But
Myself.
Yeah.
I
thought so. Yeah, I
thought
thought so.
No, but why does it like?
No, the said it all for me. Say no more.
Oh.
no, you know what? But just
I said it. People that are religious understand a world of principles, and people that don't have no religion and are just grown up into, they work off every 4 or 5 years. You know, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. And I prefer my preference is a world of religion, because whatever I'm practicing, I'll be better at 45 years old, 50, than if I'm practicing something for 5 years and I change it and I practice something else. I don't believe you become a good human being like that. That's my fault. That's my fault.
My confusion ultimately was based upon just their context.
Oh, how they know each other.
So
I think they're best friends.
So yeah, their context more so. I know there's a wider conversation to be had, definitely, but their context was interesting to me based upon how I hear his relationships with men and this, that, and the fourth and whatnot, and also her. So when I've seen that, and also I understand that I don't know them, but from what I've seen over the years of watching them for a long period of time, it seems very, very odd to me. It seems very odd to me.
We jump is. I don't know if they had sex, by the way.
I don't think she was pregnant. I think they had a surrogate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I'm leaving that as well. Listen, thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah.